All right, today we're going to look at solving two-step equations. Just like solving the one-step equations we've already done, we may have to add, subtract, multiply, and divide to figure out what the variable, or in this case, the x is going to be equal to. So we do know that everything on this left side is going to be equal to 7. Okay, we could kind of guess and check to get a basic idea of what we're looking at. And some of you can probably even look at this and automatically say, well, x is 5. Because you could say 2 times 5 is 10, minus 3 is 7. Okay, and that's fine. If you can do it that way, awesome. But later on, when we get to some multi-step equations, you will need to have a better understanding of how to move and manipulate these things to make them mean the same thing, but look a little different. So, first thing we want to do is we've got to move all numbers to one side and all variables to the other. To do this, we go in the reverse order of operations. Instead of going from multiplication and division to addition and subtraction, we're going to do addition and subtraction first. We're working backwards. So right now we've got a -3 on the left side. We need that to be 0. We need to get rid of it. So to get rid of a -3, we have to do the opposite of it. We have to add 3. But just like the one-step equations and the scales and the canoes we looked at, we have to keep things balanced. Because if we only do to this one side and we don't do it to the other, we're going to tip. So we added 3, we need to add 3 to the other side of the equation. So now on the left side, we have 2x. And then we have plus 3 and minus 3, which is 0. So we're just not going to write it down. On the right side, we have 7 plus 3 is 10. And the same thing as before. A lot of you guys could look at this now and you could say, oh, well, 2 times 5 is 10. But once again, I want to make sure that we do understand how this is going to work. So we have 2 times a number. To get rid of the 2, we've got to do the opposite. Instead of multiplying, we're going to divide. And what we do to one side, we have to do the other. Now on the left side, we have 2 times x divided by 2. Well, 2 divided by 2 just turns into 1, or they cancel out, leaving us with just x on the left side. On the right side of the equation, we get 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And just like with any other problem, I want to go back in and check to make sure that worked. So I'm going to plug 5 back in for x. So I get 2 times 5 minus 3 equals 7. So if I do the math, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. That works.